family, you know what? Okay, I just posted those videos, right? And well, they're in queue of being uploaded. And I was sitting up here looking at myself. I said, "Oh my God, I'm looking so motherfucking crazy today." Oh my God, y'all, excuse me. I got my feelings. So this is gonna be out of sequence, real shit. This is gonna be out of sequence because the videos that I just did, it's a series of 3, okay, and it's April 17th, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Well, when I did those videos, I'm sitting up here. I was in my feelings. Okay, I had just came in here, from getting my kids off to school, and I was just kind of internalizing some feelings. So y'all, excuse me. I know I was talking so motherfucking much and was going through all this, and not to mention looking crazy to the motherfucker. Oh my God, I was looking so motherfucking crazy and wide and shit. And what's crazy? Okay, now, I was looking at it. I was like, oh my God, man, I was looking so goddamn fat and shit on that motherfucker. I was like, oh my God, I had to come in here and try to redeem some of it for real. Because I know y'all gonna be looking at this like, well, damn, Tina, you looking crazy as motherfucker. Yeah. As I was sitting in the chair, it just seemed like all this right here was just pouring over my pants. I was looking crazy as shit. You just never know when you're making videos, you don't know how it's coming off on camera. You don't know how, when you're doing the shit on what it's going to look like. My hair looking crazy. It looked like this motherfucker sitting straight up, but it's bunned over. See, it's flipped down, and so all of this is just my hair flipped under, and it's up under, the band. But my ponytail is real long. It's about that motherfucking long. But to bun it over, and that's why this is looking so high. Oh my God. I was looking at that shit. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. My arms and shit I was just critiquing my own self. You know what I mean? I was looking at my own self like, bitch, if you don't knock it off, but I was so in the moment and shit. You know what I mean? My hair was looking crazy. Oh my God, I was just looking crazy. So anyway, when you watch the video, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. At this point in time, I didn't say an hour worth of shit. I ain't gonna delete the shit. I'm finna put the shit back up. You know what I'm saying? Well, not back up, but it's in queue of going up. But while it's exporting it to, because I'm doing it on my Flip. And after you do a video on Flip, then after you chop it up, then, because I chopped it in 3 pieces because it was over an hour long to kind of break up the monotony. Some of y'all motherfuckers be at work and you can't just go ahead on and do all this right here, the whole video for the whole, you know what I'm saying, on your lunch break or however way y'all be doing it. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead on and break this up right here. I do try to now give you guys a longer video, at least about 30 minutes or so, but these videos are all 20 something. So I try to keep it around there. But damn, I had to come in this motherfucker and say, oh my God, I was looking so motherfucking crazy and snot and shit. I was in emotion. Real shit. I was seriously in emotion and stuff, and it is what it is. Take for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a work in progress. You know, damn. I mean, damn. And what's so crazy, my homeboy, he was like, Tina, what the fuck is going on with you? I said, well, shit, motherfucker, I'm trying to roll my own boat. This shit is crazy. When I tell you, because, see, let me tell you something. For a motherfucker that I've always been in a relationship or a marriage. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else. And then being the youngest of 6, let me tell you something. I'm so used to, a lot of people and, I'm just, So right now, me plus 3 is an adjustment. This is seriously an adjustment. It's an adjustment period for me. I'm going through. So some days when I'm on this motherfucker and I'm going to the window to the wall, let a bitch have that. Okay? Let a bitch have that. You don't know what I'm going through behind this motherfucker. On some real shit. And then still trying to maintain a loving relationship or, getting to know people and all that old type of shit, man, this shit is a job like a motherfucker. And then when you get to tacking on, motherfucker, what do you really want? What kind of trust issues she working with? Yeah, all that right there. You throw all that shit together, nigga, look. Oh, my God. So, I know I was looking extra big in the video. I know I was looking extra heavy. And I know sometimes, You know, some videos I look heavier than others, and then people look at me like, damn, Tina, you not that heavy. And then sometimes, damn, you fat motherfucker, you. So, you know, I guess it's one of them fat motherfucking days. You know what I'm saying? I got on, these is Kenny's Long Johns. These is old as Methuselah. I got a red tank on. And it was like, all of this right here, nigga, I'm gonna handle it. I promise you I'm gonna handle it. But you know, hey, this is that, you know what I'm saying? Look, nigga, I'm over 40 something. I got this right. I got a little hee right here, you know what I'm saying? Hee. I got a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So and it was like, I was looking at the video and I was like, damn. When I was sitting to the side, it was making all this shit. And with this red on here, oh my God, nigga, it was making me look crazy as shit. Oh my God. So just excuse it. We family. I'm not perfect. I got a lot of imperfections and I'm so cool with it. My hair is thin. The shit is kunta. I don't have no perm really. I permed my edges a couple of months ago just to kind of lay this shit down just a little bit. And I haven't permed it since. I just permed it that first time to kind of, you know what I'm saying, smooth that shit out. Because, bitch, I was on some old 3 or 4 motherfucking years. No, longer than that. Cause I did the big chop. When did I do the big chop, y'all? Was that 2010 or 11? I think it was 11. So after I did the big chop, I never permed it anymore. And even before I did the big chop, I was like, what was it? Still, you know, years into not, you know, perming my hair because I'm a long time weave wearer. This is what happens to your motherfucking head when you've been wearing weaves for over 20, 30 motherfucking years. Okay? My mother was a beauty shop owner operator. So when my mom, let me tell you where my mama got her little thing to go. She went to a little weekend thing at His and Her Hair on Wilshire Boulevard. I think it's 3232 or 3030 Wilshire Boulevard. That's where my mom had took her class to do weaves back in 86. 86. And I'm gonna tell you, the way they doing weaves and shit now is totally different because back when my mama and them was first doing weaves and shit in Compton, let me tell you something. The weave thing was on. Let me put some motherfuckers up on some shit that motherfuckers might not know nothing about. The old school motherfuckers when they was first doing weaves back in the day, when all the motherfuckers was doing weaves and shit for motherfuckers in Hollywood and shit. Let me tell you how the shit went. The goddamn the little apparatus, it had three spools of thread on there. Three, okay? Which had a toggle nut on the three, and then it was hooked onto a hook. You know, you guys know how like when you're doing your hair and you have your wig head or your whatever you're using, and you connect it to the counter or whatever in the bathroom. Okay, it was hooked on to one of those. Now either you can have it freestanding or you can have it connected to, you know, something over there at your little, you know, at your little workspace, at your booth. And the way they would do it, it was sort of like French braiding, but they were French braiding using the thread in the French braid. Okay, it was crazy. But the thread that they use, and I still have my mama's first spool of thread. I still using it, even on my weaves. I've been using this thread for years, and then I would lose it, and then I would have to go back to that cotton, and then you know, all that old type of shit. But this thread is like a polyester blend. It's a really, really strong, silky thread. Not that same shit you get from Sally's and all that shit, that cotton shit. No, this is a whole different get up on thread. One of these days, I'm going to show you guys, or I'm going to post it and show you guys the thread I'm talking about. And those of you guys that do hair, you know what I'm talking about. It's a whole different motherfucking thread. This thread is like a, sort of like a dental floss consistency. It's a trip. But my mom, and it's about this big, and its spool is about that thick. And I've been having it all these many years from when my mama first did her weaves and shit. Matter of fact, I still got my mama old stove, old Davis hot motherfucking pressing combs, Marcel motherfucking cause back in the day they was on the Marcel ones, the handles used to be with a silver tip on each, but in the middle was plastic. So when you put it inside of the stove, sometime around the metal pieces was cool, but where the plastic at on some of those is kind of burning a little bit. But yeah, and shit. So that's just a little, a little something, little tidbit to let you know how far back I was wearing weaves in. So in high school, I fucked my hair up. In high school, I spit a little bit, but we ain't gonna worry about it. In high school, I fucked my hair up and went to the shop. And my mama was trying to tell me, but I'm grown, and my mama was trying to tell me you cannot perm your hair and color in the same day. But back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when we in Compton, everybody was rocking that fuchsia plum. Fuchsia plum was made by Jazzy in a pink bottle about so high. And it was a cellophane. But to put the cellophane on your hair, you had to first go with that little honey blonde, Miss Claro 126, right? Well, Miss Claro 126, my mama used to buy that. It's called Honey Blonde, Miss Claro. And so back in the early '80s and shit, that's what a lot of the motherfuckers, when they was putting that streak in there, it was Honey Blonde. That was the shit. I don't know if they still sell Honey Blonde anymore. 126 Miss Clairol. I don't know if they still fucking with it, but that was the number back in the day. Look it up. I ain't bullshitting you. I might be off a digit or two, but still, you know what I'm talking about for those of you guys that are about that life. Anyway, the conditioner my mom used to use all the time, well, she loved Nexum, but she was also fucking with that Profil conditioner. It was a conditioner called Profil back in the day. You put that shit on your hair and it softened that shit up so tough. Oh my God, the consistency was a little thinner than a lot of the conditioners and shit is now. But my mom used to use that. I remember old school Cream of Nature shampoo, big yellow bottle, red writing. And then they came out with big bottle yellow with blue writing. I don't know what the difference was. And my mom, when her hair began to gray, she I can't think of the name of that stuff, but when I used to wash my mama's hair with it, it would come out purple. But when you set it on the gray for a little bit, when you rinse all that out, and then the gray was like a beautiful, just a silvery gray. It take the yellowing out of the hair. So yeah, so I got a little background on hair and shit like that. And then the hair company in New York City back in the late '80s. They let you know how far I go back. Afro World, His and Her Hair. Those were the companies that we used to fuck with back in the day when it came down and getting hair weaves and all that. Cuticle hair, Italian mink, 50% mink, all that old type of shit. So that let you know your girl's pretty versed on some things. I know a little bit about that life. All this shit right here, this is some remix shit. This is some new shit. Back in the motherfucking day, baby, this shit's been going on for a long fucking time. But when you've been doing those types of things and doing all that shit to your hair and shit like that, check this out. How about, let me tell you something. My mama did a perm. My mama did a curl for Luther Vandross, and he gave us tickets to the Cool Jazz Festival in San Diego. How about that? And then the same year, Evelyn Champagne King was there. Look this shit up. I ain't bullshitting you. Evelyn Champagne King. My mama did Luther's hair. And then Evelyn Champagne King was there that year. The Gap Band was there. My daddy was barbecuing and was selling $5 and $10 plates at that motherfucker. Nigga, we had it going. Oh, we had the big RV. We would park. Because at that time, at the when the Cool Jazz Festival used to jump off, that let you know too how long I've been doing festivals, baby. This is some old nigga. This is in my pedigree. You understand me? This is some old shit, nigga. I wasn't but about maybe 10, 12 years old, and since my mom would do his hair from time to time, only when because this was nigga. I'm telling motherfucking secrets. See, now I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all remember the old school the Beverly Hillbillies? Okay, well the Beverly Hillbillies back in the day, my mama worked on the set with doing some of the people's hair. Okay? And so my mom, she was cold with it. She was sick in the game. Sick in the motherfucking game. Okay? My mama's beauty shop, nigga, she had two of them motherfuckers. Okay, and so my mama was one of them ones that, my mom was doing hair back in the 60s. I was born in 71. When I was born in 71, nigga, I was born at the motherfucking shop, basically, because back in the day, man, I had my high chair at the shop. motherfucking playpen, the old school one with the net around that motherfucker, and it just pop up. Yeah, I remember. I got pictures of that, all that shit, nigga. What's so cold in my garage right now? I got my mama's old school Coca-Cola beauty shop Coca-Cola machine that say 15 cent on that motherfucker. Had the small bottles like this, and it still got bottles in that motherfucker. It's in my garage right now. Okay, why you bullshit? Okay, I ain't new to none of this kind of shit I be talking about. When I be talking about shit, nigga, I done been there. Okay, I ain't no new coon on some shit now. Okay, let's be crystal clear. But in the midst of it all, my mom did his, and my mama also used to do um Teddy Pendergrass people's hair too. She used to do his hair and shit, and especially because see back in the day, at first he was rocking the press and curl get up, and my mom would do the press and curl get up on him, and then everybody when the '80s hit. Motherfucker was on some Jerry Curl, California Curl type shit. And so my mama used to do a lot of, black folks that was doing some things. She used to do a lot of their hair and stuff. And so I think my mom had done two different curls on Luther. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was one of the ones when the shit didn't curl over all the way. I don't know. But still, yeah. Yup. Yep. And his mama was so sweet, a real sweet lady and stuff. I got a musical background in with within me. And then too my mom was an extra on the Beverly Hillbillies and she was an extra on different old shows like that. But she was actually a hairdresser, and she did a lot of black folks back in the day. That's my mama. A lot of them back in there, Maybelline and all them. Yeah, my mama used to do a lot of their hair. On when it came down to what's happening and all that kind of stuff, my mama was doing a lot of their hair. So they were doing wigs and weaves back in the day, baby. And like a lot of them afros that you seen, the afros was all perfect and shit. A lot of those was wigs. A lot of those was on some other shit. And especially when those big buns, like on the Sanford and Son set, because my mom had done a couple of ladies there. A lot of those buns and things that they used to wear on their head and all that old type of shit. My mama was working doing a lot of the hair back then for a lot of those people, and so that is a lot of my voice and a lot of my experiences come from a lot of that kinds of stuff. And also, like I was saying before, my mom was an Eastern Star, but my dad was a Mason, and my dad also was when my mom met my dad, he was a musician. And my dad has ties with Johnny Taylor and shit like that. So I'm gonna go back on some old school kind of shit. So you know what I'm saying, your girl kind of been around a little bit, and by me being the youngest, my ass was nosy and shit. I was always in things because my mama always had to take me with her when she went places. So that's why being on the set, that's some old shit. I remember as a little kid, my mom had to, she got a call because they were doing such and such film or whatever, and she had to come down to Warner Brothers Studios and that Sony Studios. Oh my God, what? Come on, Culver City. Yeah. So, anyway, I got a little bit of that background on that when it came down to hair because my mom did a lot of hair. Like Kimberly Kimball. My mom was like a Kimberly Kimball of that era. You know what I'm saying? She done a lot of hair like that back then or ran in such circle. Let me say that. But in the midst of it all, as being three daughters, we were guinea pigs on a lot of the stuff that my mama was learning to do. When it came down to that's how I know about that fuchsia plum jazzing pink bottle like that. And Mr. Cooper used to be the guy that used back in the day. Look, I guess my mama's channeling through me, and I guess that's what she probably wanted me to say. But Mr. Cooper used to deliver my mama's beauty supplies on Saturdays to the beauty shop. And he used to supply a lot of people throughout Compton and LA, different beauty salons and stuff. And what was so cool back in the day, nigga, they used to deliver barbecue. Nigga, you could straight up buy all kind of. That's why I like peppermint patties, because there used to be a guy that used to come to the shop on the weekends, and he used to tell my mama that the peppermint patties, the red ones. I don't know what the shit that is, but it's all cornstarch. But it used to have these peanuts and shit in there. big ass pepper peanut patties, big ones. So and he had the big ones, then he had the small ones, then he had peanut brittle and all kind of shit. And my mama used to buy that. Buy that. I guess my mama's channeling through me a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm coming up with the different names of the different products that she used to use. Wella products. Remember when Dippity Doo Gel came out and motherfuckers was doing their sideburns and their baby hair and shit? Remember all that shit? Yeah. Um, anyway, so I don't know. I guess it was just something I needed to speak on. But in the midst of it all, consequently, it has made my hair thin. A lot of it is also hereditary, but after getting, I had I had a biopsy done on my follicles on my scalp to see if my follicles were able to rejuvenate or not. You know, regenerate hair. And so, based on it, I have tension alopecia, and that's from wearing weaves and putting the combs in from the wigs for so long. And so, according to them, if you stop doing that, it's gonna come back. So, I don't know. I've had laser treatments. I've been on spiralactone and aldactone is potassium sparing diuretics, and the side effects of taking those diuretics is hair growth. It will make your hair grow. So a lot of dermatologists